Pranama Acharyaji. Why is there diversity? Why is there this manifold?
Every leaf appears different and unique. Every fruit in the nature is unique. Every blossom is unique. Every individual is unique. Is this diversity intrinsic at the foundation of our being, or is this some sort of a accidental or illusory arrangement? Modern physicalists claim that everything is matter only, and now if we add that matter going back to energy, and maybe we can call that space-time, and then ultimately everything that is manifest is just a process, expression, arrangement of a singular entity. But what the physicalist position leads is to argue that in total there is just inertia. But this diversity, this unique diversity that we encounter in the nature, requires a subject to experience its diversity. And there are so many subjects experiencing difference. And to reject all of this as accidental, a mere chemical process, and all the emergent structures, our mind and consciousness, is nothing but chemical and physical interactions, somehow feels incomplete. In Hindu philosophies, we have Sankhya, the yoga of Patanjali, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, and Mimamsa schools that consider a categorical difference between the material world and the individual subjects, and this diversity is never negotiated, meaning it is intrinsic, it is always there. So the difference we see among subjects is not to be reduced. Then there comes Advaita, particularly the Advaita of Shankara, that explains diversity in a very unique way, that the foundation is singular, pure consciousness, pure being, and this very foundation is projected into the manifold due to our own misconception, avidya, or illusion. And examples abound. A good example would be a house of mirrors. Like if you have two parallel mirrors and you sit in between, and you will see endless projections of yourself. A singular object mirroring into the manifold forms. But again, what this leaves is an impression that all of us are not really real in our own originality. All this expression of the manifold is nothing but error, and this whole thing is just a projection, a mirage, illusion, dream. It leaves behind a flavor of discontentment, meaning it doesn't satisfy me. Why it doesn't satisfy me is because, number one, we are rejecting what is apparent, and we are rejecting our inner subjective experiential core, and we are relying on mystical experience that is unique to a selected individuals, and it's difficult to inferentially ground this singularity in all the modes of expression. Then there comes a different solution to this diversity. Rather than rejecting diversity or calling it a concrete diversity, what if we consider it as the singular entity having endless potentials to give rise to unique manifold? This makes a unique case for us to address diversity and singularity at the same time. And we will have to explore a different set of examples. One example comes to my mind, and that is the singularity of forest. Each and every tree is unique, but forest is a singular entity. Another example comes to my mind is the tides, the waves, and the ocean. All the tides do not surpass the ocean. The tides are also real, so is the ocean, but the diversity within the tides does not exceed the singularity of the ocean, meaning this diversity is subsumed within singularity of the ocean without erasing it though. So the manifold can come and go. This oneness is never destroyed or exceeded. If we use technical terms, then we would say that the singularity is that of Shiva's singularity, within which we all are being expressed within him, but as if without. Just like the tides are within the ocean, but we think that its tides are unique, having their own originality. The same applies to our uniqueness. But if we go deeper into what differentiates us, the body, and let's let the body go, and the mind and the ego are also a biological and cultural delimiting factors. If we let go, what is there to differentiate? Things are differentiated by space and time. And if the self, as we are saying, is non-spatial, non-temporal, how can we make a difference? So what we would argue against that is that even the unlimited, unbound entities can remain different, like space is everywhere, so is time, but space does not collapse in time. And the same type of uniqueness we can argue for. But what if that also collapses in a singular entity? Then we'll go to, okay, all the differences remain in its potential form in that primordial soup of being. And that primordial soup of being does not differentiate anything as mind, matter, consciousness, inertia, anything as such. And that it has the swabhava or its own intrinsic nature to express into the manifold. So why is there difference? Because this is the intrinsic nature of being. Why is there manifold? Because it is the way things are.
For more free teachings from Acharya Thanishwar, visit www.vimarshafoundation.org. And if you learned something from this post, share it with a friend.